There's so many people's faces I can't see. Don't be wimps. I know
Jess
you're
this
hiding.
is her first or the her coach anniversary month, and then also she is Success Club All Star.
Yay!
Congratulations. I have a new Emerald pop in tomorrow. Caitlin, she joined the business a couple weeks ago, like full force, and she is now going to be popping Emerald tomorrow. So big deal for her. And she's one person away from locking in her first month of Success Starters, which is a big deal.
That's so awesome. I have two. I wanted to give a shout out to Marjorie and Morgan for locking in Success Club in their first month in the business. Such a huge accomplishment. So very, very proud of them.
Awesome. Anybody else? All right. Now, do you want to go over Team Cup?
Yeah, so just a couple announcements, guys, before we get started. Team Cup registration ends at the end of the month. So this is a fun competition. And if you don't take advantage of this, it's just silly because you're missing out on free prizes just to work your business. This is a really, really cool opportunity to partner up with some teammates, get in a cool little group chat, and just really talk goals and motivate each other to hit Success Club in the month of February. I think our team has made it pretty clear that, Success Club is a non-negotiable, right? We're all shooting for success in our businesses, which means we all want to help people every month as we're helping ourselves. So that's all the Team Cup is. It's just you getting to know some other teammates and getting to mastermind with some people and just having some friends to hold you accountable to achieving those goals. So find 4 people, you make number 5, and make sure that you guys get registered for the Team Cup. You're going to win really cool prizes when you guys lock in Success Club together. And it's just a ton of fun. It's a really great way to get to know some teammates better as well. So I know a lot of us are in MisFit Legion, so all you have to do is simply post in the page and say, hey, I'm looking for some teammates, and see what kind of comments you get. And then if you're the brave one that says, hey, I'm looking for some teammates, then I'm declaring you the leader of the team, which means it'll be your job to register everybody. So that's super simple. There's a link. You just go, I don't have it in front of me, but if you FAQ the Team Cup, it'll bring the website right up to you. And you just click on the website, put in you and your teammates' coach IDs and emails, and you're registered. So just make sure we get that done before the 31st.
And just to add on to that, Team Cup is something that I've never really, my first couple of years of business, I knew it was just something we kind of had to do, and we registered for it. And I encourage you guys to not just do it because you're like, everybody should be on a team 100%, but go into this, in setting your goals extremely high. Be like this, let this be the month that you push yourself outside of your comfort zone, that you set these crazy, obnoxious goals, because you would be really surprised at what you're able to accomplish within a month. I'm telling you that right now. People grow leaps and bounds in this month because they take it seriously. And there's an umbrella on the line, y'all. And there is a thermal on the line. And the cool thing that they're doing with Team Cup this year is they're giving away summit things too. So you'll get one of those, you'll see that we have these little lanyards at Summit. They're giving you a little recognition banner on it if you hit Success Club. They're giving you an opportunity to try out whatever this new program is that's going to be launched this summer. You're going to be able to try that out live with that trainer if your whole team hits Success Club at Summit. So, I already told my team, I was like, we ain't missing that. So that's important to me. And
I think that, real quick too, I think sometimes we get scared to join up because we don't want to let our teammates down, but that gives us an opportunity to show up in our business and realize what we're capable of. So put yourself out there, right? Say, all right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to face my fear. I'm going to hold myself accountable, and I'm going to hit my goal, because it's ultimately going to grow your business, get you back in the game, and get you some really cool friends that, you can continue to lean on throughout the year as you guys grow your businesses.
Yep. And the last thing we want to talk about really quickly before we get into the meat of this call is Summit. So we figured that would be a good way of transitioning into Summit. As you guys know, this month they dropped the price of your summit ticket. So I highly recommend that you're purchasing it. And I'm highly recommending that you get yourself to summit. People look at this and they view it as just another expense. It will be the game changer in your business. And I'm going to just preface that by saying it will be the game changer in your business if you go and you soak it in and you start applying what you learn. But I will tell you guys right now, Summit is, if you're trying to grow this business, Summit should be a non-negotiable for you. Hitting Success Club for newer coaches in your first 3 months will earn you that ticket for free, and it's something that you should strive for. But $150 for a ticket to have the experience that you'll have, to be able to meet all these people that you're seeing in these boxes face to face, it's totally 150% worth it. And I mean, it's just something that you definitely want to strive for. So if you have not gotten your Summit ticket yet, please get it.
Yeah, I want to say too that like a lot of coaches are new in the business and they're like, well, I've only hit success on my first, I still have 2 more months. My suggestion would be to get the discounted ticket now, right, Kelsey? And then they can get reimbursed for that after they qualify for the free ticket.
Yeah.
So if you're a new coach and you're like, well, I still have 2 more months before I qualify for the free one, I'd get the cheap one that you need to get now, and then you can get reimbursed because you became a success starter and earned it for free.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah. They give you, I mean, that's how they used to do it, at least for me. I remember buying it and getting it back.
Okay.
And then we do have if you're not in our Summit page, Martha created a Summit page for both of our teams. If you're not in there, just go ahead and get in there before, and they're talking about rooms and transportation and things like that. And as it gets closer, we'll definitely be utilizing that with all the information that you guys need to know going into the event. All right. Now for the meat and the bones of this call. So Mackenzie threw a left hook at us the other day. She sent us this message and was just talking about like how Natalie mentored me coming into this business and what Natalie and I's partnership was like when we started this. And Natalie and I were just on the phone for an hour trying to figure out how to like tell this to you guys, because we're like, we have been through a lot. We've been through a lot since 2014. We both started with, within 2 to 3 months of each other. She started in February. I came on in April. And we had to sit down and like really kind of go back and tell you guys and really, we're actually really excited to present this to you, because it was like we started thinking about things we haven't thought about in a very long time, on how we were when we entered this business and how we approached the business when we first started. And we know that a lot of you guys on this call are newer coaches, or you've seen what Natalie and I have accomplished in the past couple of years, and you're probably thinking to yourself like, how, or, whatever. And it's been such a journey and it's just crazy because like it might be hard for you to realize that we were in your seat before and that we went through the things you went through. And when it came to mentoring coaches, it was terrifying. And when it came to pushing for big goals, it was terrifying. But it all started somewhere. So we wanted to kind of go over with you like our timeline and how we got to where we are. The kind of the goals that we had when we first started this business and what we were driven by. We want to talk to you guys about the systems that we had when we first started, belief, and then how we mentor our coaches and the goals, things like that. So I don't know, Natalie, we're kind of just going to be bouncing off back and forth off each other. So I'm going to let you start.
I think our goal, I want to say too, that like our goal for this call was to try to be like very transparent and even a little bit vulnerable. Like we want to make sure that we both share like a lot of our growing points and learning points and a lot of the failures that we had and a lot of the things that we did wrong. Because ultimately I think sometimes when people do stuff wrong in this business, they just think they're not cut out for this, when in reality we all do stuff wrong, and it's just the ones that continue to stand back up and dust their jeans off and continue to go. They're the ones that ultimately continue or eventually see success in this business. So definitely want to make sure that we share that kind of stuff with you. But I want to say that I think one of the things that I get most is that I'm so tough. Like, Natalie, you're so tough. You never share your hardships. You always hide everything. Nobody never knows when you're struggling. Nobody never ever knows when anything's wrong with you. All you share is the good stuff. And to be honest, like, they're right. And Kelsey has commended me because I've grown so much in 4 years, and I've gotten so much better with trying to be vulnerable. And being a mom has made me really vulnerable because I just realize how imperfect life is. And starting my business, it kind of seems like there was nothing but success. And when I was thinking about, where did I start and what was my timeline that first year, it was ultimately that I became a coach. In that first month, I hit Success Club 10. And I can sit here and tell you guys that I was income driven because I didn't have any money and I was broke and I had to pay my bills. And while all that is so true, there's one thing that I forgot to tell you guys, and it's that I was super recognition driven. And I don't know if it's because I was finally a part of a company now that noticed me, that would tell me good job, because I had never been a part of something that would tell me good job for doing a good job. And that just meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to me to know that if I was going to work hard, that I was going to get recognized for it. And when I found out in my first month of coaching because I signed up in February. So, right now everybody's talking about the Success Club trip and registration for next year. And, that was me. I was hearing all this, but I didn't know what it was. So me being the researcher that I am, I went on and learned about what the Success Club trip was. And I was a brand new coach, and they said, if you hit Success Club every single month in the business, you're going to earn a free vacation for a year, or you're going to earn a free vacation in a year. And I think a lot of my story, I tell you guys, I just went balls to the wall. I put my head down. I had to make it happen for my family. We had bills, and all that's true. But for some reason, that still didn't get me up every day. But what did get me up every day was that my third day of coaching, I called my mom and I was like, Mom, I have the opportunity a year from now, guys, like 365 days from now, to take you on a free vacation if I can help people every month in my business. And I was like, Mom, I promise you, I'm going to do that for you. And if you guys know me, my mom, single mom, like worked her ass off for us her whole life, like hadn't been on a vacation in 15 years. And she's over there like not knowing what the heck I'm doing, starting this new business. And she's like, do you, honey, like whatever you think, like I'm cheering you on. And, I can proudly say that drove me so much every single day to show up, because I held that goal. I publicly spoke that, and I put that out there, and I told the person that it meant to me to do that for. And that forced me to show up every single day, no matter what, my business, because I didn't want to fail her. She had done so much for us, and I wanted to do so much for her. And I think it's crazy because, I was so income driven, and every single month when I would, do my end of month earnings, I'd be like, okay, I earned this month. So next month I need to make sure that I earn at least $1 more. Cause that was also a huge goal, was that no matter what I did starting, I could never go backwards. So in February, if I became an Emerald coach and earned this amount of money, then in March, I couldn't lose Emerald, and I couldn't earn less than I did the month before. So that was kind of how I started my business. And my first goal was to become an all-star, which meant that I hit Success Club for 12 months in a row. And I qualified for that trip to take my mom, which I did, which was awesome. And through that, everything started to happen naturally in my business. I went diamond in less than 3 months. And I went 2-star in 8 months. So by the end of my first year in my business, I was a 2-star coach making a full-time income, and I can sit here and tell you it's because I was income driven, but it's not, guys. And I think I have failed you because, I talk about income goals, and I think income goals are really important, because if you know how much money you want to make, then you know how to stay focused every single day. But what motivated me? Was it the income that motivated me, or was it the impact that motivated me? It was the impact. It was the impact that I was going to have on my mom's life if I got to see that dream through, to take her out of the country for the first time in her life. And every single day. So I challenge you guys to think about what kind of impact goals can you make? You know, how do you want to impact somebody's life this year? What's going to make you show up in your business to impact, you know, whatever it is that you want to. I know, right, Mac? That's deep, but it's true. And it's like, you're not going to remember. And I actually heard this part on a call today that I listened to. It says, you're not going to remember that bonus check that you had 6 months ago. And you're not going to remember that rank that you qualified for. Like Kelsey and I aren't going to remember, or we're not going to be inspired to hit elite this year because we hit elite last year. We're going to be inspired to show up every single day because of the impact that we have the opportunity to make on the people on this call, like to help you guys grow. So think about, income goals are important, but they're not going to get you up every day, I promise. But impact goals, because that's where fulfillment comes from. When you feel fulfilled, when you can provide or do or help somebody else, that is what's going to get you fired the heck up. So my timeline was Success Club All-Star, meaning every single month for 12 months, hit the goal, hit Emerald in my first week, which ultimately hit Diamond in 3 months, and then went 2-star in 8. But I think it's really important for you guys to hear Kelsey's timeline in her first year.
Mine is very different. So Natalie, as you guys just heard, she saw success pretty fast in the business. She went Diamond quickly. She went 2-star quickly. She earned this trip, and I was not like that. It took me a lot longer to get to where I wanted to be. But the reason that I believe that I knew where I wanted to be is because she always did it first. I was the very first coach that she had. I signed up, like I said, 2.5 months after she started, and she signed me up, and I signed up as a person that actually sent it to her today. I signed up on my own. I went behind her back and purchased the program on my own, and then was that person that reached out and asked for help, and then said, hey, I just want to let you know I contacted Beachbody and you're now my coach. Like, I went through the whole coach transfer form thing. And I went into this, and I just knew she was happy. And I didn't have, and I'll be honest with you, I don't think that I had like these crazy goals for myself when I first started, other than to just pay for my Shakeology, because I was really broke. That's why we called this 2 Broke Girls, and I hope you guys love the graphic that I created. It was I had so much fun with that today.
I was really broke too, by the way.
But like she said, she knew what she wanted right off the bat, and I do believe that I did come in with some sort of desperation. I was never a coach that came in and dabbled and said, maybe I'll make this work. Like, I knew I was going to do it, and I knew from day one that I was going to be here. And I think Natalie and I both had a be here in a year mentality coming into this business. Like, we didn't give ourselves a maybe we'll see if this works for a month and then we'll give it, we'll leave. Like, I knew from the beginning that if I was going to try this, that I was going to at least give it a year. And I know she can say the same thing. But the beauty of having her as my upline coach, and my team's probably hearing Natalie talk, and you're probably thinking, that makes a lot of sense on why you do things the way you do, is because she kind of set a path for me to show me what was possible. So every time that she would achieve something, my brain would be like, okay, she's seeing success, so I want to do that. And mine was not moving as fast as hers was. It took me a little bit longer. I hit Emerald really fast. I hit Emerald, I think, within 5 days of starting, but my next rank advancement didn't come until 6 months later. So it took me 6 months to achieve Diamond. Then it took me a full year after that to achieve 1-star. So I was not a bang, bang, bang type of person. She went 2-star in 8 months. It took me, I think, almost 2 years to hit 2-star. So it's a different type of journey. But what motivated me at the beginning was not elite. I didn't come into I had no damn clue what an elite coach was when I started this business. It was everything and all the recognition. I was a very recognition-driven coach. I wanted to see my name places. I wanted to see, like I said, she got to do these things. She got to go to Cancun. So what happened when she earned Cancun? My brain said, I want to earn a trip. So I set a goal for the next year to earn the cruise, which I did. I set a goal to go to Summit. I saw her go to Summit in Las Vegas, and I was like, okay, what the hell is that? She's getting recognized. She's having fun. She's with these people that are training me, that are mentoring me, and I'm not there. And I was like feeling left out. And I'm like, I got to get there. So I set a goal to become a success starter. I hit Success Club in my first 3 months of the business. And like she said, she went for Success Club All-Star in her first year. I missed Success Club in December of 2014, which broke my streak. And I remember just feeling so defeated, and that set me up for a really bad 2015, which I'll probably talk to you guys about later. But when I came in, she set a path for me to start dreaming bigger. Those impact goals that she said that she set for herself, I didn't set those for myself. I didn't do that. I'm broke, I need to make money, and I really like being recognized. I like shiny things. I hit Success Club so I could get prizes. That's the kind of coach I was. I knew at the end of the month that something was going to be sent to my door if I helped 3 people. That's where my head was. I wasn't thinking about elite. I wanted to be a 2-star diamond because I wanted to go to New Leader Conference. Like, that's how my brain was processing this business at the beginning. So for those of you out there that are recognition driven and you want these shiny things, there's nothing wrong with that, because I still approached my business in a genuine way. I still went out there and I helped people, but I didn't do it for the reasons that she was doing it. I did it because I wanted a sweatshirt at the end of the month. I wanted to, get the size socks. Like, that's what I wanted. And I was told, and that was what drove me. And then when she would achieve things, it would show me that it was possible, and it would make me sit back and go, okay, if she can do it, then I can do it. And it was never one of those things, or at least at the beginning, where it was like, okay, I can't do this. She has something that I don't. She just hustled harder than me. She did. She worked hard. She pushed, and our reasons for being there were extremely different. So what I wanted you guys to take away from my side of things is that you might be in this business right now for that stuff. You might be in it because you're looking for a community. You might be because you're looking for that recognition that you're not getting at work. And that's the thing that I think me and her had a lot in common with, is that we didn't get recognized at work. So when we came into this beautiful environment where they're sending us shit in the mail all the time, and we're getting these certificates, like, look at my Emerald certificate. It's enormous. Like, it's huge. And it's like that we come into this business and we're like, this is weird. It's weird to be appreciated. And so you want more of it, and you crave more of it. And then all of a sudden it's like, I got to be a diamond because I know that means I'm getting a free t-shirt. And I know that means I get to do, whatever your reason. I'll tell you, I'm being honest. I'm being vulnerable. That's what I was into my first year. That's what I was into my second year. But I think we can get into more about that stuff now.
Yeah, and I think what's really important to know too is, like, in the beginning when you come into this business, there's so much to know, right? And it's like, what's volume? What's this? And like, you see all these coaches being successful and you want that for yourself, but you just don't have a clear direction on how to get it. But the reality is as you hit these benchmarks, as you're starting your business, like, as you say, okay, I know I need to hit Success Club every month. That's doable. I know I need to make sure I show up on social media every month. That's doable. I know I need to make sure or every day. That's doable. I know I need to help a coach, right? Somebody in the business that I can help, like I've been helped starting a business. That's doable. I know I can do these things. So you just focus on one little thing at a time. And happens through that, if you just focus on the next thing instead of focusing on the huge thing, that huge goal at the end of the year, what you're going to find is progress. Progress is what? It's showing growth, which shows excitement, which means you still want to be here, which means you still want to work hard. And then what happens when you start achieving stuff and marking stuff off and getting all this recognition and all this love from your team and from Beachbody is that you start to truly instill belief in yourself of like, wow, this is really possible for me. Wow, I can really hit diamond. Wow, I can really hit 1-star. And then naturally, you're going to see the cool, like the income growth, and you're going to learn different levels of volume, and your mind's going to change because now you're focused on different things, right? 4 years into the business, I have completely different I had at 1 year in the business. But if I didn't go through every step that I went through, every benchmark that it took to get there, I would have never hit elite. I would have never hit, all of those big goals that were achieved. So I think what's really important is sometimes we get ahead of ourselves and we think big picture right away, when in reality, if you just focus, and it's okay to be recognition driven, it's okay to say, I want to be an all-star. I can hit Success Club this month and next month. I want to be Emerald. I want to be double Emerald. I want to help my first coach come into the business, right? So as you just focus on the little things, it's naturally going to bring the big things, which naturally when you're growing a business, your income is going to start to grow too. So I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think that's something we were going to talk about is you guys see our goals now, and you see how scary and amazingly high they are, but they didn't start that way. They did not start that way. You just heard from both of us that our goals when we first started were to go on a trip. It was to get the Success Club prize every month. It was to achieve Emerald. It was to hit Success Club All-Star. Like, those were our big goals. And to those guys, when we first started, to make a goal to hit Success Club 12 months in a row was terrifying for us. It was scary. To go for Diamond, it was scary. So you think that whenever you guys put out these goals that you're pushing for Diamond, that we don't relate to that, because we do. But we didn't wake up thinking that we were just going to magically hit Diamond. And Tony Robbins says it. It's like we focus on this giant to-do list, and it scares the shit out of us. We focus on this giant to-do list of, I got to help 6 people, or I got to get 8 people on my downline. I got to help 2 people achieve that Emerald. I have to do this, I have to do that, that. But instead, if we focus on the outcome and how we're going to feel when we achieve that outcome, it makes this process so much more enjoyable. Because whenever we were shooting for Success Club All-Star, we enjoyed that process because we were helping other people. We were changing the lives of other people. And then all of a sudden, 3 years in, 4 years in, when we achieve elite for the first time, it was the same process. We had a bigger goal, but we still enjoyed every step of the way, even though those steps were a little bit harder. So instead of, the thing is like, don't base your goals off of what you think that we're expecting out of you. You have to set your goals, like she said, your impact goals, your income goals, based off of what you want to accomplish right now. And then instead of focusing on if your end of the year goal was 2-star, you're pushing for Diamond right now. But how do you hit Diamond? Do you just focus on, I want to be a Diamond coach? No. If you want to be a Diamond coach, you need to be hitting Success Club every single month. If you want to be a Diamond coach, you need to achieve Emerald first. You need to go double Emerald. You have to go triple Emerald. You have to go quadruple Emerald. If you want to be a Diamond coach, you have to be adding to your organization every month. You have to be comfortable introducing the business. You have to be helping people start said business. Be okay with positioning yourself as a leader. You have to, so this is the biggest one, is you can't rely on anybody. So until you have to make these little lists for yourself and say, okay, I got to master this first, and then I can think about 2-star. And then I can think about elite. Because here's the thing, you can't skip steps. And I think that's the one thing that Natalie and I can both back each other up on, is that I think despite the highs and the lows, which we're going to talk about some of those in a second, we knew in the back of our minds that this was going to happen for us no matter what. Like, I knew at the end of the year last year that my team was going elite. I knew it. And I know she felt the same way. We didn't know how it was going to happen. We didn't know what curveballs were going to be thrown at us, but we knew we were going to do it. Mm-hmm. You know, we took those steps every single day. And did we focus on that? No, but we had to master. If I can't advance a Diamond, then how do I expect to hit elite? I got to master the small things first and then bring it to the next thing. And because I know that outcome is going to be so amazing. Does that make sense? Is everybody understanding what I'm saying? Okay, so make sure you're not staring at me like this. Nat, do you want to talk about the next thing?
I was just kind of go, Mac really wanted to know a lot about kind of duplication. How do you help coaches see success? And, Kelsey and I were talking about that tonight as we were prepping for this, and just really thinking about, like, what did we do? What did we do? And Kelsey, I'll let you kind of take that because you had something really amazing that you wanted to say. But what I wanted to say was that as much as I tried to sit here and think of what the perfect system was, I couldn't find one. I've made 6,000 different trainings. I've tried 5,000 different things. I'm trying this app right now on my phone that has very little participation. I'm not sure if it's making an impact. Everything is a huge trial and error. And all I can do is just know that I'm doing my best to try to teach people how to understand the business. And is there a perfect way to do that? No. But the only way that I have learned how to find lifers, which, I can say Kylie and Kelsey and Tiffany and Mackenzie and Jessica and like the people that have been there, like is not a duplicatable system, but is that about, or how do I say this, about instilling the belief, and it's like, I think if you truly believe in this and you believe what it can do and you believe in the power of showing up and you believe the power of your example and you believe the power of sacrifice and you believe the power of believing in somebody else. Because I'm going to be completely honest with you, I was so insecure 4 years ago when I started this business. And when my coach was like, "Oh, you're going to be great at this." And I'm like, "What?" Like, no, I'm not. I don't talk to anybody. Like nobody, I'm 30 pounds overweight. Nobody's going to want to do this for me. I don't know anybody. I don't know how to talk to anybody. I'm not a salesperson, and feeling out all of these doubts. And all she did was she just said, "Yeah, you can. Why not?" She believed in me. And then when I hit Emerald and she was like, "This is amazing. You are the most incredible coach. Like nobody has hit Emerald this fast." And I signed up my mom and my husband. Like, I was like, I can't be that great. Like somebody has had to have done this before me. But it didn't matter because she made me feel so valued in this business. And it made me feel like I belonged. And it really did build me up to say, you know what? Okay, maybe I did sign up my mom and my husband. But hey, guess what? There's a bunch of other people that aren't Emerald, and I am. So I'm moving up. And every day I would just keep telling myself that, okay, maybe I don't think this is that cool, but I'm still moving forward. And I'm one step ahead of where I was 3 weeks ago. So I know that I'm moving up. And over time, the belief that she had in me gave me confidence. And I wanted to make sure that I instilled the belief into the people that wanted this as much as I did. And I think that the lifers that I know that I have are because that relationship, that friendship has been formed to where they know that tough love has to be there, right? The friendship has to be there. You have to give your coach permission to tell you how it is if this is something that you want and they don't see you living up to your best potential. You have to give them permission to coach you. You have to give them permission to see something that you might not see. And ultimately, you have to believe in them. Because if you believe in this and you believe in them, they're going to move mountains. So, but Kelsey, what you wanted to say to that duplication was just phenomenal. So I'll let you go there.
So before I go there, because I do want to get to that, I do want to add on to something you just said and the belief system and everything like that. You guys know, if you guys know me, people are always like, well, how are you creating these systems? And you're so organized and things like this. And if I could tell you guys the amount of time that I have wasted when it comes to creating a system that is literally, the same thing over and over again, just presented in different ways to say it nicely. Like I've wasted a ton of time. And the reason being is because I sat back today and I was talking, as Natalie and I were prepping for this call, I went through the email that she sent me when I signed up as a coach. And it came into my inbox on April 22nd, 2014, and it was a 6-page PDF. And it was an email from her, and all it said was, "So glad you're on the team. Don't get overwhelmed. Love you. Okay, bye." Pretty much. And it was a 6-page PDF, and I looked at that, guys. And the moment I started going through the PDF, I started getting flashbacks of remembering that email. I remember that day like it was yesterday, where I printed it off, and I was laying on my couch with a highlighter and going through it line by line. Everything that we teach you and every training that we've given you was in that one PDF. And I have managed to turn my business into a 2-time elite business, top 100 of the company. Why? Because she believed in me. It's not about the amount of information you know, guys. It's about what you do with it.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that at the time, it's like when she said that, when she says like there's no perfect system, there's not, because my system was a PDF. It was a PDF and get to work and talk to people. And hey, here's this. Here's how to sign somebody up. There's another one that I didn't show you. The next one tells you how to sign somebody up. And back then, you had to ask somebody for their social security number, and you had to put it in for them and their credit card information. It's changed a lot. Somehow I managed to still get it done. I don't know. I mean, people handed over their social security number.
Can we just take a minute to shout out ShareCart?
God bless ShareCart. Because, yeah, we had to literally, like, I remember when she signed me up, I texted her my social security number over a text message and my credit card info so she could process it for me. Like, that's where we were. And basically, like, she gave me this, and somehow I managed to create the business that I have with this PDF. And it makes me laugh today because here I am trying to make things so perfect for my team where I'm like, if I can just simplify it a tiny bit more, if I can just keep them from getting overwhelmed a little bit more. And then I look at myself and I'm like, you didn't need that. You had a 6-page PDF. I mean, that's what we had. That's what Natalie was trained on. And we figured it out. And it's like amazing how like we sit back and then we blame our upline coaches because we're like, you know, like, I just can't do this or I can't do that, you know, and we blame everything else. But the circumstances is everything you guys need to know, y'all, is in that FAQ and in your back office. And if you just do the daily disciplines and you have somebody that believes in you and you believe in yourself, you know, you'll do it. I didn't need a step-by-step app to help me learn this business. I just went and did it. And I wasn't anybody special. I was a reporter sitting on my couch dreaming about my size socks coming the next month. That's what I was thinking about. Like, I wasn't thinking about elite. I was like, okay, I got to help 3 people this month. It clicked in my brain, help 3 people with challenge packs. And every time, and I can still remember this, and if we probably go farther enough back in our conversation, I messaged her and I said, I just signed up my first person. She goes, oh my God. I was like, I just signed up my second person. She goes, oh my God, you're an Emerald. And I was like, I signed up my third person. She goes, oh my God, you're at Success Club. And she was doing the same thing with me. And I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing. You know, and she's telling me, oh my God. And she literally always made me feel like I was part of that goal because she hit diamond when I hit emerald. And she literally told me, she goes, you just helped our team achieve diamond. And that's the way she treated me. When I went diamond, I helped her go 2-star qualifying. And we viewed each other as a partnership. It wasn't, she went 2-star, I hit diamond. It was like, she never always made me feel that way. And I've always kept that in the back of my mind. And I always do that to my team because I'm like, okay, I'm not a 5-star diamond coach. I'm not. I have a 5-star diamond team. I have a ton of emeralds in my organization that are making our business what it is, our business, our organization. And I think that's the thing. There's no perfect system. But with that being said, there's a difference in, Mac, I've been thinking about your question for a couple days, and I was thinking about it with Natalie tonight. And she asked how we duplicate to our coaches. And we sat down and I started thinking, like Natalie said, and I was like, what do I do? Because as you guys know, me and Natalie are very different leaders, but we come from the same foundation. She taught me, we learn together, but we do things very differently when it comes to certain leadership things. And I was like, okay, what did I do? And I realized that I don't let them duplicate me, Mac. I don't want them to. I want them to replicate me. And there's a difference. I don't want another Kelsey in this business. I think there's only room for one Kelsey Smith in Team Beachbody because there was 2, shit would be crazy. I don't want them to duplicate me. And I think that we've used that word for a long time where we've said duplicate, 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 like help. I hit Success Club, you hit Success Club. I don't want them to be me. I want them to replicate me. I want them to take my work ethic, take the systems that I give them, take my resources, and I want them to want this on their own. I want them to take the stuff and create whatever it is that they want. There's 1,010,000 ways to do this business. And to be honest with you, my coaches, the way that my diamond coaches have achieved diamond are not the way that I did it. And I think that is so badass.
And I think it's cool, like for me, when you said that, like I look at Mac and I look at, you and Jess, like you guys were the three that have been in the business, like the very first three, the longest. And you guys are all so different. And it's like I realized that nobody was really duplicating what I was doing, but they were replicating, meaning that they wanted the same things that I wanted, but the way they were going to get there was going to be different than the way it was when I got there, which I thought was so cool because that meant that they were bringing in their flavor and their personality and their creativity to hit the same goal, but they were just doing it their way. It's like they can take the idea, but Mac has taken so many of my ideas and completely turned them into Mac knowledge and made them super cool. Kelsey has taken my ideas and completely flipped them to make them Kelsey-fied, and that's super cool. Kylie, you've done the same thing. Tiffany, you've done the same thing. Jessica, you've done the same thing. So it's been really cool to see that, like, people are hearing what I did to see the success, but they're not literally trying to be me. They're trying to be them with material that they received and figuring out how to make it their own and master that.
Yeah. So I think that that's just the biggest thing to understand is that for those of you that are trying to grow this business into something beautiful, you won't do it the way that we did it. You might be listening to us right now and being like, yes, that's me. Like, that's where I'm at right now. But at the same time, at the end of the day, you won't be doing things the way that we did them. You won't say things in your conversations the way we said them. You won't run challenge groups the way that we do. And that's what duplicating is. Like, I don't want my team to be little carbon copies of me. I want them to say, okay, you've inspired me to create something beautiful on my own. And that is what's going to create you a successful team in my organization. So that's, in my opinion, so that's what I believe. And I also believe on top of that is that when it comes to creating a successful team, your energy has to go to the people that are showing up. I think that you want them replicating you. And I think that as much as you love your entire team, you have to be conscious of who is not just talking the talk, but who's walking the walk. Mm-hmm. And that has been the biggest thing for me in the past 2 years is that I've made some of my very best friends because of this business. But at the same time, like, I've seen people back up their shit when they say they want it. And it's amazing how many, visions that I get every year and how many goals that I get every quarter. And the amount of people that actually follow through with what they say they're going to do is small. But as a leader, guys, you have to follow those people and give them everything and believe in them. Like, we had somebody believing in us, and I promise you, like, they will achieve their goals.
I just want to say this too, because I think it's super simple, but it's really important because there's been so many times in my business where I've just felt very alone and like I struggle and like I've just gone through so much and nobody's gone through what I've gone through or had the rejection that I've had, or nobody's lost coaches, or nobody's had a coach like tell them off and quit and block them and then go, do whatever. And the reality is everybody goes through that. Everybody goes through judgment. Everybody goes through losing rank. Everybody goes through missing a big goal. Everybody goes through having a rough month. And while you still might see Natalie Bailey Success Club 10 or Kelsey Smith Success Club 30 or whoever, it doesn't mean that the months are always perfect. It just means that you've learned how to navigate your mind into what you're going to focus on. Am I going to focus on all the things that go wrong, or am I just going to keep hustling and doing what I can to hit the non-negotiable goal that I have for myself? And I just want you guys to know that, because I don't want you to feel alone in thinking that this business is easy, because it's not. I have rebuilt 5-star 3 different times. And what that means is that the first year that I hit 5-star, I had 5 diamonds. In the second year, 2 of those diamonds quit and I had to build 2 more diamonds. In the third year, 3 of those diamonds quit and I had to build 3 more diamonds. And that's just the reality of the business. And as you grow and come and you keep hustling and keep believing, I still believe that there's so many people that are meant to be superstars here that haven't yet developed into them yet. they're on their way, or I haven't found them yet. But the reality is like, I'm going into my 5th year this year, and I have a handful of people that I know are lifers, not arena filled, a handful. And that's just the reality, is that it takes time. And I think, Kelsey, you were saying it, I'm not sure that I have more than like 3 or 4 coaches past, like before 2016, that are still here. I think basically our entire team who is present now was from that year on. So it's like the first 2 years of my business, there were so many people that were just in and out, or they decided it wasn't for them. And that's the nature of the business. But does that matter? No. Is it still possible for me to see success? Yes. Because if you have a vision and you are inspired to still do this, and you believe that the right people are out there, and you know, okay, this is what I want, so who do I need to become to be that person? And you keep finding yourself, and you keep speaking more of your truth, you're going to find more of the people that are actually like you and are actually going to want what you want. But if you come out of the gate saying, oh my gosh, like I love Beachbody, it's changed my life, and you're like a week into the business and it hasn't really changed your life yet, or just basically pretending, it's okay to have faith in the business and where it'll take you. But if you come out pretending and you give people false information, and they come in thinking that that's going to happen for them in a week's time and it doesn't, they're going to leave. But if you from the beginning put out there that I'm passionate about this because X, Y, Z, guess what? You're going to find people that are passionate about this because of X, Y, Z. If you're passionate because you earned a free trip, somebody's going to want to join your team because they want to go on a free vacation. Or if you're passionate about this because this community has just given you friendship again and you've missed that, you're going to find a bunch of people that feel like they need a positive community in their life. Or if you find people that hate their job, you're going to work with a bunch of people that hate their job and they want to believe in this opportunity that it can do it for them. If you find people that have children and want to stay home with their kids, if you talk about that, that's what you're going to find. So it's like you got to get real with what your purpose is, what keeps you showing up here every day, because that is what's going to inspire the people that you're actually looking for to really come into your organization.
Yeah, and I think that you hit the nail on the head when you said that, where we started, you see, like you said, she said, you see my name at Success Club 20, whatever, every month. And I think that sometimes is just like, I used to be at Success Club 6 every month my first year. It's all a process. This whole business is going to be a process. And you have to be willing to commit for the long run. You have to be willing to go after what you want. And like I said at the beginning of this call, you have to stop giving yourself a way out of it. Because when you give yourself a way out, so will your team. Whenever you don't show up, so will your team. Whenever you're having a bad day, so will your team. My team at this point knows that, like, if they're having a shitty day, I'm like, all right, talk to you tomorrow whenever you're over it. Because it's like, it's toxic, right? How we feel and what we're putting out there, it spreads like wildfire. And life is not going to be roses and daisies. And that's why this business is so beautiful, because you can talk about the things that suck. You can talk about how you missed a goal. And the thing is like, I think that Natalie and I do a better job of sharing with you guys when we're struggling and when we're having these moments. Like she says, she's built 5-star 3 times. I built it twice. We both haven't gone past that yet. Like we both are in the same spot. So it's like, just because somebody has like these accolades next to their name doesn't mean they didn't start somewhere and then they didn't go through the stuff that you guys are going through right now. And I'm telling you guys, the moment you can get serious about this and you can take this business seriously and treat it like a business, it will reward you like one.
I think the thing about like Beachbody coaching is you have to find joy in the growth aspect. You got to find joy in the hustle. You got to find joy in the journey, because it's like, it's never the destination in anything that is most satisfying or most rewarding, but it's who you become in the process that actually transforms your life. It's who you become when that coach that, was a star diamond decides to leave the organization. It's how you handle things and continue to move forward when you have every reason to give up. And that's what's given me so much growth in my life, and so much perspective in my life, is because I take joy in the hard times. I take joy in the pain because it makes things so much easier. If we just stop everything in our lives when it gets hard, guess what? You're going to be living your whole life like that. But if you learn, through this process, you have, because life's hard, right? But through this process, you have the opportunity to have a different perspective for what you consider hard. And you can show yourself what it feels like to go through it and overcome it, which makes you realize how much you can overcome in every other area of your life. Max, share with us. Why are you tearing up? No pressure.
I don't know. I mean, Natalie's right, you guys. I came into this business at 22 years old. I had severe anxiety, childhood issues that came up to the surface, and so many reasons why I never thought I would actually be sitting here. And she's right. I mean, I would not have the life that I have in any way. And I mean, the people in it, the joy, it's nothing. They're right. It has nothing to do with like all the boards that we put up in the pages and the income. It has everything to do with who you become in the process, because I would not trade that journey for anything. And I would not want to be anybody different than I am right now. So I think if you can be here for that no matter what, you'll get to where like you ultimately dream of being. So 100%. Great call, guys.
I think that we make things, and it's actually funny, guys. I posted in the 5-star and above page, and I was just like, my schedule is insane, and I can't get ahead, and I was freaking out because I was just like, I have, Tuesdays are my team call days, so I'm on calls from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep, and I felt like I was suffocating for a second, and then all of a sudden I go into the 5-star and above page and listen to this shit. I say, guys, I need to get my shit under control. I'm getting overwhelmed with this business. And millionaire, incredible coach comments a video underneath of my post, and I watch it, and what it tells me to do is to do my workout and drink my shake. It tells me to read personal development. He told me to post on social media. He told me to invite people and to love my team. And I was like, and it brought me down. First of all, I was like, that son of a bitch. But the second thing I said was, holy crap, that's it. That's our job. And I have gotten this life that I live because I get to do that. And it put it back into perspective for me. So I put myself back where I would put a new coach, and that's what I do every single day. I focus on the outcome. So if you can take anything away from this call, guys, I want you to take away these couple of things that Natalie said. One was to set those goals that were intent-driven. You have your income goals, great. What are your intent-driven goals? Like, what do you want to accomplish? And don't think it's weird to say. What you said?
Impact
goals. Don't think it's weird to say that you want to, take your mom on the cruise, or if you want to earn, like last month, the 80-day obsession yoga mat. There's nothing wrong with those goals. I encourage you guys to stop looking at Success Club like it's a negotiable. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not a negotiable. You have to hit it every single month. Because how many of you guys came into this business and said you want to help people? If you have 0 Success Club points, you are not helping people, right? All we need to do every single day is to do those 4 vital behaviors. Invite people to join. All that extra stuff is extra for a reason. So set your impact goals. And then what I encourage you to do is to take that big goal that you guys are shooting for, whether that's diamond, whether that's elite, whether that was premier. And like we talked about, start setting your baby steps. What do I need to master first before I can get to that? So if I want to be a diamond, how do I master the small things I need to do that's going to naturally make me hit diamond? If I want to go elite this year, how am I going to make this happen? I'm telling you guys, just take those things tonight, and I hope that like it helped you guys to see that we've been there. And whenever you guys, and be okay with coming to us with this stuff. When you're feeling a certain way, Lindsay Matway said it beautifully on the National Wake Up Call this week, that the obstacles were put in our way first for a reason, because we know you're going to go through them. We know that you guys, some of you needed to hear this tonight, you know, so.
But what's cool is that you guys are going to go through a lot of stuff, like a lot of stuff in your business, and a lot of doubt and a lot of fears, a lot of insecurities, a lot of questioning, but it's not meant to stop you from working your business. It's meant to help you grow so that you can take your opportunities and one day use them to show somebody else, hey, girl, I've been there. I know what you're going through, but this is how I overcame it. So just remember, life is not happening to you. It's happening for you. And this is your opportunity to grow through these tough times and these doubts and these insecurities and come out on the other side and be that shining light that you're meant to be and fight through the hard stuff, because that's what's going to make you who you're intended to be in this world.
All right, beautiful ladies. You guys have an amazing week. You have 6 days to get yourself in Success Club, help 3 people, and get yourselves ready for Team Cup. Make sure you get your summit tickets. And once you do get your summit ticket, make sure you get added to that summit page. If you guys have any questions, you guys know how to reach us. So you guys have a good rest of your night. I'll post this recording shortly.